Okay, we are live. Welcome to today's live, everybody. I wanted to really talk about this particular topic because it's a great segue from the last live that I did here, where I was talking about Follow the Follower from Earl Nightingale. And there was so much shared there, and I really hope you resonated with it. If you missed that last live that I did, make sure you check back. I think I did it not yesterday, but the day before. It's titled Follow the Follower. So it's actually a foundation to this particular topic, understanding the 7 levels of awareness. So before I get into any of this, if anything speaks to you or resonates with you, make sure you reach out to me. The link is in the description here. So that way we can adapt this very powerful material to your life and to your results. And I'm going to share a lot more what this really means and what level you may have been operating on, and sometimes we don't know these type of things, and we're just kind of going through life thinking we know. But this brought so much clarity to me because I had no idea what these levels of awareness was. So this should be a great reflection on where you're at in your life and how you've been operating. Okay. So, you know, basically, if you're not getting the results that you want, or you want higher results, or you want more money, or whatever goal that you have, a better job, more fulfillment, whatever it is that pleases you, maybe this will give you that insight that you need. You know, whatever goal that you've been challenging with, or just kind of been stuck, or you start and you stop things, this should give you that solution of awareness, knowing what level of awareness that you're on, right? So, and after you see where you're at, sometimes we bounce between levels. After you see this or hear it on Instagram, you'll be able to kind of see yourself and where you've been. And once you understand yourself more, you're able to apply this type of knowledge to your life. That way you're moving at a higher level, right? And you're going to see basically the different levels here, and I'm going to break it down. And make sure, going through life, trying to grow and do things you never done before by yourself is very challenging, very challenging. And, that's been my life for a long time. And I'm so grateful that I have very powerful mentors, very powerful colleagues, and very driven and positive, but with the experience and the results. So if you don't have a great environment of people that you can reach out to, mentorship is essential to your growth and to your success. So, so I want you to remember that this is a reflection of you, and I want you to see what level you're on. So, understanding the 7 levels of awareness. Now, understanding, to all thy getting, get thy an understanding. So, get an understanding of yourself. Who are you? What type of being are you? What is your potential? We're all unlimited beings, right? And this is helping you understand who you really are and where you can go in your life, which is unlimited. Only you can limit yourself. I always love that quote. We are the only problem and the only solution. So let this be useful for you and apply it to your life and think about it daily, because this will be with you for the rest of your life, this type of material and what level of awareness you're on, right? So let me share an image that I wanted to start with and see if I can find that, because I was playing around with some different features here. So let me see if I can share it. Instagram, you won't be able to see it. Sorry, I zoomed out there. Let's just do that. Let's see if I can do it like that. For the other platforms here, you'll be able to see it. So I'm going to share my screen. window. There we go. Okay. So here is the 7 levels of awareness. Let me see if I'm able to maybe zoom in a little bit so you can see them. And so I can see them as well. There you go. Okay. So, here the first level is animal. That's animal awareness. Basically, it's flight or fight. That's when you're at a reactionary or respond state. So it's interesting. Animals do have a chance to respond. So are you on that first level awareness? Meaning that somebody says something to you, maybe that you don't agree with, and it makes you upset. Do you react immediately and curse at them or say something totally rude, right? That's a reactive state. If a dog isn't was it house trained or whatever, or domesticated, and you try to feed it and it snaps your hand, that is a reactive animalistic level of awareness. So respond, obviously, there's a moment from whatever happens, you have like a split second to say, oh, that's interesting. I'm not going to react, but I'll respond, right? So that's level 1, the animalistic level of awareness. Rocker Mama, hello. So mass awareness is level 2. Now, I talked about that yesterday. It's basically follow the follower. So following the follower is what majority of people do. I think it's over 90% of people that are on the level 2 awareness. You follow the crowd and you conform, but it's not your fault. I did the same thing majority of my life, because what happens, you basically are conditioned by your upbringing. So your parents talk a certain way, they believe certain things, and that type of conditioning that they have, they pass it on to their children. And a lot of times, other things they affiliate with, maybe even religion or politics, any other type of thing, you're kind of passing it on to your kids. So that is a program, like a mental conditioning of you jumping from one thing to other. So you get it from your parents, and then you go to school. What happens at school? You want to fit in, right? You want to fit in. You want to wear the coolest clothes that other people have. You want to talk like your friends. You want to be connected as a kid in elementary school. You just want to be popular or just fit in, right? So that is follow the crowd. That is a mass consciousness, right? So see how this is conditioning. So all through school, all the way up until whatever, 17, 18, you're being conditioned in an institution, right? Being surrounded by a consciousness. So you're kind of following the crowd. You notice in high school or middle school, even, there's certain groups of kids that connect, and then another group will be over here, and then a group goes over here because they want to feel. That's, if you just watch it, you can see how they're connected in separate groups. So they want some type of identity, right? But it's also basically mass conformity, right? And that goes into work. After you finish, it transfers from high school to college to the workplace. And by the time you get to the workplace, you're still conditioned. It's really deep when you think about it. I shared it very in depth. What's today? Wednesday. I think I put it here on Instagram as well, and it's also on Facebook. So make sure I put the wrong YouTube channel. I put the wrong YouTube channel, I think. Oh, no, that's the right one. So you get the idea. So level 3 is aspiration. That's desire without action. So a lot of people desire things, but they don't take action. Level 4 is individual. So that's express uniqueness. That is pretty much the polar opposite of mass awareness. And number 3 is discipline. So you give yourself a command and you keep it, you follow it. So that's discipline. Number 6 is experience, real learning. And mastery, respond versus react. I love that. So let me stop sharing that and just kind of wanted to brush over that image. Now we're going to talk a little more in detail about each level. And I promise this won't be a long live. So let me share my screen here. Okay, so every person on the planet functions at one of these levels. So, however, we bounce back and forth between levels according to where we are in our lives at any given time. So the ultimate goal is to move from lower levels of awareness to mastery. Okay, so let me make sure I'm still on camera. Okay, yeah, looks like I'm there. Where are we? There we go. So let's take a look, at each role. Each level might play in your ability to realize your goals and succeed in every area of life. Now, as we go through each one, see if you can identify which level you function on most of the time. Okay, so this is a self-reflective material, because you got to look at yourself and where have I been functioning, right? Look at each level. Look at the role each level might play in your ability to realize your goals and succeed. So your goals match your level of awareness, your results in life, how much money you make, how much things you sell, all the abundance that is waiting for you is based on your level of awareness. That's why this is so important to understand. And I actually forgot to put my fancy mic on for Instagram. So, but I'll do it next time. So level 1, animalistic. This is so good because, okay, so we are all born into an animalistic state, So when we're in this state, we react to whatever is happening around us. At this level, we are in fight or flight mode, and we allow our current circumstances to dictate our life. Now, a lot of people stay there in an animalistic level of awareness. Now, you're reacting to whatever is around you, reacting immediately, right? Without even using your mind about what's happening, right? So it's fight. You see people physically wanting to hurt another person, or flight, meaning you run immediately, right? Or separate yourself from that environment. So we allow our current circumstances to dictate our life, meaning whatever is happening in that moment, you're allowing it to dictate yourself. That is a very animalistic place to be, right? So level 2, mass awareness. This is a big one. This is where most people stop. It's kind of sad, when you figure it out, but our paradigm starts to form inside of us before we're born. So it's in our genes. Genetically, we're conditioned. But then after we're born, our family, our guardians, and our environment continue to form our paradigm. Now, a paradigm is basically a mental program that's fixed in our subconscious mind that has almost exclusive control of our habitual behavior. So meaning it's a program or conditioning that we're not even consciously aware. So we're doing certain things habitually over and over and over and not even knowing it, even thinking, even the way we think and believe, our own belief system is part of the paradigm. This is why it's important to look at yourself and really learn about this. So, because the paradigm basically controls all your actions, your habitual behavior, and obviously the results in your life. The outside is a reflection of the inside. So when children are old enough to go out and play with their friends, we encourage them to get along with and be like the rest of the kids. In other words, we're all programmed as children to follow the masses. That is huge. At this level of awareness, we follow the crowd rather than doing our own thinking. Our objective is to conform, to blend in with the crowd. I can stop there because that is so powerful. Oh my God. So over 90% of people are conditioned and they stay there. Well, my goal is to help every person realize their greatness and get the results that they desire. When you desire something and you keep trying and it just doesn't happen, you don't know why it's happening. But you have these big ideas and you never actually take action towards them. What this is mass conformity. You're mentally conditioned. But it's so important to understand. So anyway, level 3, aspirations. So we might follow the crowd for years, but at some point, something in us wants something better, something greater than what we have ever been or had. We know we are capable of more and start to feel uncomfortable as our desire grows. And here's why we feel that way. Okay. So we are uncomfortable because we want to grow, but we have an idea of how to do it. Every time we think about changing the paradigm, pulls us back. We're not aware of what's going on. We just know we want something. So everyone makes it to this level of awareness. However, many people become stuck at this level because they never back their desires with action. So, in effect, their desires are only wishes. So that's why I wanted to stress about the paradigm. People aspire to be more, do more, be more, have more, do more. But basically, you're being held back by the paradigm, right? And we're not aware of what's going on. I didn't know what a paradigm was majority of my life and the significance of it. So level 4 is individual. At this level, you really begin to dream and you realize you have unique gifts and there is no one else like you. And you want to express your uniqueness as a human being. So, however, every time you move forward, the paradigm pulls you back to level 2, where you continue to follow the masses. So the desire remains though. So you keep coming back to it. You get locked into a tug of war with your paradigm. It tells you over and over again that there's no need to follow your silly dream. It tells you it's better to stay where you are, where it's safe. So at the level 4 of individual, you really begin to dream. And you realize you have unique gifts. So this is a higher level of aspiration. You start realizing your gifts and that you're unique. We all are very special people. We all have gifts that we're all like snowflakes. Every snowflake is separate, is unique. There's no duplicate. So discipline, level 5. Here you realize that the only way, let me make sure we're good here. Okay, we're good. It looks like we got some comments. Cool. And I'll leave the screen like that so you can see it. So level 5, discipline. Here, you realize that the only way to reach your goal is to give yourself a command and follow it, regardless of what's happening around and inside you. That's so powerful. You must combine your desires with discipline if you're going to step into your dream. It's the only way to overpower your paradigm. So, however, as soon as you follow the command, the paradigm starts fighting back again. And before long, your resolve to move toward your goal starts to dissipate. And soon you're stuck again. I've dealt with that so many times. So you must train yourself to follow command no matter what. When your discipline starts to dissipate, you must exclaim, "No way, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do it now. This is how I'm to live." So you have to tell it, right? And then you must step out and do it. And you keep doing it until the paradigm dies from lack of nourishment. So, however, this will work only if the goal is something you really want. Otherwise, you'll be destined to keep doing what you've been doing and getting what you've been getting. Wow. So level 5 awareness. I always like to look at discipline and as self-love. Because when you really start disciplining yourself and taking the action that you should take towards your higher version, regardless of the paradigm, and you tell the paradigm, "I'm going to do this today," you're shedding your old self. and you become something higher, which I love about that. But you must discipline yourself. Give yourself a command and see it through to the end. Wow. So, well, discipline, the only way to combat discipline, thanks for the question. The only way to combat discipline, have discipline and combat the paradigm is consistency. You have to have a clear goal first. And remember, it's something that you must really want. The desire has to be strong, right? That's what was mentioned here. So if you don't have a desire or focus on where you're going, you have what's called a divided mind, and that's divided energy. So you have to get clear on what you really want first. That's always foundation. And then the discipline follows as you fall in love with the goal. You impress the goal in the subconscious mind, conscious, subconscious, and body. So once you start putting it here in your emotional mind, actually action starts to take a little more naturally, you know? Yeah, message me. Let's talk. So level 6, you're welcome. Level 6, experience. Now, when you apply steadfast discipline and see the desired results manifest, you will feel something you've never felt before. Your life will start the shift, and you want to do more of the same. Now, you may have heard that experience is the best teacher. That's because experiential learning is real learning. At this level, it becomes unnecessary to gather outside information. You know that all the answers you're looking for can be found within. So I love that, because experience, basically, things start shifting because you've been applying steadfast discipline over and over, and you're seeing the desired result manifest. This is when the law of attraction comes in, because you're becoming. And when you become, knowing with faith, with inspired action, you're not trying to get something, you're becoming something. There's a big difference. So you're experiencing it. So as you experience it, you start changing, even on a molecular level. So I always like to say experience. I can tell you, hey, this food is the best. You should try this. This is delicious, right? This is really good. I like these, whatever, right? But it's my experience. Until you try that food, you might not like it. Or you might love it even more than I do, and it'd be your favorite food for the rest of your life. So the experience of it, right? So it's a totally unique thing for you. So, and last but not least, obviously, mastery, level 7. So at the mastery level, you're no longer controlled by habits that don't serve you. You respond to life rather than react. You know how to think correctly. You plan and you take the actions that produce your desired results. You have learned the laws of laws, the laws of the universe, and you understand how the science of achievement works. You've used your experience to fine-tune your manifestation techniques to achieve one goal after the other. Only a tiny percentage of the population reaches this level of mastery. So, however, we all have the mental faculties and capacity to do so. Everyone that watches this, the replays, everyone that's here live, we all have this capacity. The only thing that's stopping you from being the captain of your ship is you. So if you have a goal and you can't see how to get to the goal from where you're right now, you don't need to. You just need to increase your awareness. All right. So you can do that by taking these steps. And, I'll share these. Study every day. What is study? Study is this material, right? What to study. I have my link here to reach out to me. Basically, click that link and set up a time for us to talk, because this is raising your level of awareness, even watching it. You know, this is your future. The time is now. Why not? This is for what you want, what you and your family. So study every day. What you're studying is this material, learning more about yourself and applying it to your life every day. Write out your goal in the morning and evening. I do that every day. Write out your goal. What is your goal? If you're not clear on it, obviously you need some direction. You need some guidance, mentorship. Focus on what you want. Focus. That's the power of the will. That is a mental faculty. Holding the screen of the image of the wish fulfilled without distractions of everything outside of you. All right? Take a step toward your goal each day. This is action. Remember discipline. How are you going to be disciplined if you don't know where you're going? How are you going to be disciplined if you don't have accountability? You know, I hold my clients accountable. And it's vulnerable. Okay, so what actions did you take? Okay, you didn't take any. Who won? The paradigm, your old self. Pay attention to the new results when you take a step ahead, and then you'll be able to see where to go or what to do next. So right now, a higher side of you is urging you to create something bigger, better. And that speaks to your soul. And another side, your paradigm, is nagging at you to stay the same. It's your choice. Which urging will you follow? To more and better. And this is signed Sandy Gallagher. Blessings to Sandy, and obviously Bob Proctor as well. And I just really wanted to share these levels of awareness, because everyone is at some point in their life. But if you want more, you have to understand what's really happening, the conditioning that's happened. And I so wanted to do this. Wow, I'm almost 30 minutes. I talked way too long. I was trying to do 15. But the point is, knowing where you are and basically where you got to, where you go back to, because this is a blueprint to your life. But once you understand it, you get this awareness. Oh, I'm going backwards, or I'm standing still. Nothing changes unless you change. And your self-image is connected to these levels. It really is. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. I'll post the replays so you can rewatch it. Take some notes. Drop a comment or two and let me know what this, how it meant to you. And of course, my link to set up a call. I have some times for tomorrow and this coming weekend, I believe. If there's some left, just reach out to me. I'm here to help. And, it's so important, your future, it's yours. What do you do with it? Are you going to keep wishing and hoping? Or are you going to create the grander version of you that's meant to be? Have a blessed one, everybody. Much love.